on today's stream, I watched even more of the creepiest ghost sighting videos on YouTube. And I will not lie to you, this is possibly some of the most convincing ghost sighting videos I've seen to date. Some of them were terrifying, others heartwarming, but all of them seemed very real. And I'm usually pretty skeptical with these things. I'm usually the first to try and explain these things away with logic, but I couldn't today. Some of this was terrifying. So just in case you ever miss the live streams, sub to this channel so you never ever miss them here. Anyways, all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this stream. Anyway, let's get on with
In the following video,
subtitles on. Cool.
a group of friends are having a small gathering as they all collectively sing to a song of worship.
You can't grind the Jack Manifold. That's a different thing. Not allowed.
Me when I
The person recording pans around the room to capture this harmonious ceremony, thinking that this evening will end well. But little did they know
Does
that
it not?
something would happen during this gathering that would haunt them forever.
Oh God.
Be sure to pay close attention, as no one had noticed it until looking closely.
Right, I reckon it's not going to haunt. Right, I reckon if you have to pay close attention to notice it, it isn't going to haunt them forever. I reckon anything that you don't automatically notice like that I reckon you could get over it if it's just something you have to really pay attention to find.
Take a look.
Old people. Shut up, man. That's rude. That's Virgin Mary. You know what? Can I say something quickly? I don't think it's right that we call the Virgin Mary the Virgin Mary. If I was a virgin, right? I don't think you gotta rag on me for it every time you speak about me. I think you can just call me Jack.
The sub baby has been born.
Thank you. Thank you for the 9 months. It was a weird way to put it. That's actually 10 months. Yeah, I just my thinking. I've always found it weird that everyone says the Virgin Mary. Like, cool. I imagine, you know what?
But can't stop that Jack Manifold grind.
I imagine she was a multifaceted woman. I think it was more important that she's the mother of Jesus Christ. Not that she's a virgin. Like, cool, she didn't have sex. Some people don't have sex. Others do have sex. You know what I mean? Everyone started calling me the Virgin Jack Manifold. I'd be like, can we not, please? I've had sex. I mean, but even if I hadn't, you shouldn't just rag on me for it. You know what I mean? What? I was lying. I was lying. I haven't had sex. Of course, that's disgusting. That's like gross shit. That's like gross stuff. That's gross stuff. I won't do. I won't even. I don't even. I wouldn't even go into like anything like that. I don't know why I said that. That's gross. That's real gross. That's disgusting. I mean, you know what? That's what that makes me do when I even think about that stuff. I even think about that stuff. You know, every time I can't even like keep that in. So I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, that's gross stuff. Anyway, I would never do that. Let's get back on with the video, shall we? What?
I saw Asteroid City and the alien reminded me of a Mandela catalog alternate and I burst out laughing.
The alien was goofy AF, but that was his charm. Oh, sorry. Let's watch again. Creeps beware. They should. A mighty fast shadow. Was that just like a mighty fast shadow figure? Was that Shadow the fucking Hedgehog?
1 year of Prime subscriptions.
Thank you for the year of Prime.
I don't really know what to say other than
As the camera pans over to the hallway,
thank you.
A shadow-like figure can be seen bolting down the hall.
I always like to watch it frame by frame. You know me. Kira, thank you for the 14 moos. Boos. Why would you boo me? I don't deserve that. It does always kind of scare me how they're like roughly humanoid shaped.
2 years. If my math is
like that
right.
looks like a leg. Like you see, like that looks like a leg, and it does move as if it's running. You know what I mean? Like it goes down and then stays there and then moves forward. Like I don't know.
Hello again, I am back with another quid to ask your opinion of the new Spider-Verse film because it's genuinely been all I can think about for the past
I rated
like
it.
3 weeks.
I'll do a quick review. I rated it 4 stars. It's beautifully animated. It's one of the most stunningly animated films I've ever watched. It was great. I really like the dialogue. I just like everything about it.
I was just watching you react to Vita Carnus and saw you on Twitch.
Bar the fact that it lacks any semblance of a story, really. Like it's the setup for a story, and like clearly, like I don't like when a movie's like I don't like two-parters like that. Like, I'm sorry, it's a really... Everyone hated me for doing it 4 out of 5. Like, sorry, so spoilers if you've not seen it. You just go and mute up for a second. When I start playing the video again, you can unmute. But, like, I'm sorry. It's just the setup for another film. And, like, I'm sorry, that just kind of pisses me off. Like, all right, Infinity War Endgame was the perfect 2-part split. Because Infinity War is its own independent story. Like, Thanos gathers the Infinity Stones. They try and stop him. He manages anyway. He kills everyone. The end. That is a plot. It's a plot. Like, that is a whole story. Spider-Verse was just set up. Like, it was just like, here are the characters. Oh, there's this whole, like, secret spider society. Miles isn't invited. Miles is the anomaly. It's just a bunch of information. It was just an info dump. It was a beautifully, masterfully animated info dump with a great soundtrack and beautiful characters, albeit some kind of one-sided so far, but I'm interested to see them grow. But that is not a story. It's not a story. Like, it doesn't have a story. It's the beginning of a story, and it, like, gives you a reveal and just goes, figure out what happens to Miles Morales in part 2. I'm like, no, please. Like, a good 2-part movie is like Endgame and Infinity War, where, like, Endgame ends, like, it has its own ending. Everyone fucking dies, but you go, oh, that's really unsatisfying. Surely they're gonna correct this. So you're hyped to watch the next movie because you know in your heart of hearts that they can't leave it like that. But equally, you could just go, I'm not gonna watch Endgame, and you still have a story. You have a concluded story. Everyone fucking dies, and, like, you could leave it there, and that is a conclusion. Like, it's not a satisfying conclusion, but it is a conclusion. And I think it really annoyed me that it wasn't a story, so I couldn't give it any more than 4. But, like, because of everything else, like, it is great. But, like, fucking, just made me angry about the story. If it manages over the 2 movies to make one beautiful story, which it's setting up that it could, because so far, like, Spot's a really cool villain, and the setup's really cool, and the Prowler reveal and all that is sick. But if it doesn't conclude well, it's a flop. And, like, sorry, you know what it is? Because I got, like, actual Twitter backlash for giving the movie 4 stars instead of 5. Not like I don't think it was, like, actually unironic. I think people were just being passionate. But, like, I was like, no, it deserves 4 stars. It does not deserve 5. Everyone gave it 5, and they're so wrong. I'm sorry. It's a 5-star animation, but it is not a 5-star movie. It's not a 5-star movie. I refuse. I refuse to give it that. I'm sorry. I've got very passionate about how, like, it's not a perfect movie. A 5-star movie to me is a perfect movie. There is 2 films I ever rated 5 stars. Parasite, because I couldn't fault it. It tells the story it wants to tell beautifully. And Fantastic Mr. Fox by Wes Anderson. Same reason. Beautifully done. Fucking just actually beautiful story. Shutter Island, no. It has some plot holes. And it's not a perfect movie, so it's 4.5. But I will give anything that I consider a perfect movie 5 stars. And it isn't a perfect movie. That's my quick review. I'm sorry, it was too long. But Fantastic Mr. Fox is a 5-star movie. It's a fucking fantastic movie. Surprise, surprise. Thank you all the subs that came through during that. Sorry, I really cut you off. Someone says, I was watching you react to Vita Carnes, and then you saw me on Twitch. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for the £5. And thank you to Phoenix Fire and George Was Taken. Thank you for the subs. Anyway, continue subbing. You won't have to watch the ads. Everyone can unmute now.
Can be seen bolting down the hall at a speed beyond human capacity. Its
Buy
rapid
yourself
movement.
Something nice, my glorious,
Thank
kind, smart, zestylicious king.
I don't think I'm zestylicious, but thank you. That's not faster than... I don't want to go back to this point.
Can be seen bolting down the hall at a speed beyond human capacity.
Beyond human capacity for you, bitch. I could do that shit. I can run that fast. Let's watch that again.
Its rapid movement and dark appearance
I can move
were
that
enough
quick.
to leave the family extremely unsettled.
I can move possibly quicker than that. I did a lot of running training for my fucking my boxing. I could run quicker than that, and I'm sure of it.
Viewers believe that this ceremony might have had something to do with the sudden appearance of this figure. They can't help but think that this may have been some sort of dark entity that was provoked by the ceremony. Not much info is given on this video, so it's hard to be sure if that's so. But whether paranormal or not, the sudden appearance of this dark figure is creepy alone. Just what exactly was caught on camera?
Right, so I've never in my life seen a shadow figure. And the thing is, like, a lot of the ghost videos I believe are because I've had similar experiences. Because I've had my own ghost experiences, as I say all the time. And shadow figures just seem to me like too good to be true. Like, that's such palpable evidence that in my experience is like... But then again, if you can hear manifestations of real voices, which I have, and it's on record, it's in the Sam and Colby video, I've heard a genuine disembodied voice, as loud as day, in a room. If you can hear that, why can't you see a shadow figure, to be fair? And I've seen too many of them now that just don't seem edited.
But whether paranormal or...
So watch, every single fucking frame. Like, it is weird. Like, and sometimes it's so dark. Like, there, it's so dark. And, like, that doesn't seem like an error in the camera or an error in the lighting. Like, I don't know. I just, A lot of people are saying they've seen them before. But it's so easy to say maybe you've seen something. But I don't know. I'm always less inclined to believe these, but I've seen so many of them in these videos now that I'm like, is there some merit?
Sudden appearance of this dark figure is creepy alone. Just what exactly was caught on camera?
Sore throat, man. One of my vocal zones from the tour.
There's a place in Mexico that used to be known as the Disneyland of Latin America.
I don't know. He said it as if it was scary. I'm like, okay, that's nice. It's good for Mexico.
Reino Mágico was a small theme park that opened in 1988 and closed only a few years later after multiple fatal accidents took place inside the park.
Oh, yikes.
It's unknown if the park had shut down for this reason, but some believe that the park had closed its doors for the simple fact that many visitors reported paranormal experiences while being there.
I would imagine it's actually because it's very expensive to keep a place open where multiple people have died! I would say that's probably it. Thank you for the prime, by the way, Aurora. But I'd say that's probably the reason, to be honest.
This isn't surprising to some people, as the park was built on a cemetery.
This is where I'm like, what? Like, the park was built on an old cemetery, so it's haunted. Like, I don't know if it's haunted. It just sounds like it's creepy because people actually died there fatally.
Urban explorers are certainly creeped out by this fact, but a spot that was not...
I must admit, if I was a ghost, and if I was dead, and I have a headstone and someone digs it up to put a fucking fake Disneyland on top, I'm haunting their ass. I'll be pissed off. So maybe it is reasonable to think it might be haunted.
Creeped out by the statues that were left behind.
They are
Rumor
creepy
has
as
it
fuck,
that the statue of Snow White is haunted. Nightly visitors
Creepy
have
as
reported
fuck.
seeing the statue in a spot that was not the same as where it was originally seen. It's as though it moved on its own.
Well, someone moved it. I'm going to say something here. I don't think that the most logical conclusion, because the thing is, right, I will sometimes be like, that seems ghostly, because I've had ghost experiences, as I've said. But I always jump to the most logical conclusion in a situation. And sometimes I believe that is ghosts. But sometimes, when an entire statue moves and you don't know how it moved, I'd hazard to say someone moved it, and you just didn't see them. Unless you actually actively saw it moving by itself, then that's weird. But if you just saw it move, again, I will argue someone else probably moved it.
One night, a group of friends visit the abandoned theme park when something very strange is captured on camera.
Okay.
Take a look.
I will.
Saw you at Tommy's show and honestly you did so good. By the way,
Thank you.
you're a very handsome boy.
Also, thank you.
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Oh, the Shake the Ribena lover. I haven't heard Shake the Ribena in months. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Velador. Hey, velador. Aguanta, espérate, hey. Shh, no te muevas. No.
What? Hey,
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Velador. Hey, velador.
Aguanta, espérate, hey. Shh, no te muevas. No mames, no te muevas ahí. Güey.
You just,
Ese no es el
Morse
velador,
code
güey.
them?
No. No, aguanta. Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey. Ese no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón.
Okay.
fue aquí? No digas mamadas, güey.
This seems weird.
Mire. No digas mamadas, güey. No, 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 Dios. No, 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 no. No, güey, no mames.
¿Qué fue eso, güey?
No sé, no sé, no sé.
No mames, güey. No mames, no mames, no mames.
¿Crees que haya sido ella?
Güey, nos estamos metiendo más adentro del reino mágico. Banda, comparte.
No mames, güey, no mames.
Feeling beyond spooked, the group sees what looks to be another person inside the park. But as they look closely, they see that whoever this is appears to be wearing a dress. They continue to walk.
It is weird. Like, that is... I'll be the first to say that. Like, my whole, like, me being sarcastic, being like, well, did you actually see it move by itself? And then they kind of, like, did show us it moving by itself. So I've kind of been silenced here. But, you know when I'm always, like, I'm less inclined to believe videos that seem, like, too good to be true? I'm gonna... It's at such a distance, right? If I began to suspect that it was, I'd run close. Because, like, I just find it interesting how he only ran after it had disappeared out of view. And it's like, why didn't you start running the second you started suspecting that it was the statue? Which he clearly did well into the walk. Like, at least here, he could have started running. Because it's scary, but he wasn't too scared to run. Like, just because it's gone around a corner doesn't mean it's less scary now.
If I see that him running away, not towards it.
But also, like... I'm just inclined to believe that someone moved it. Because, like, the camera's so far away. If someone was picking that up from behind, I can hardly make out the fucking statue. Never mind the person behind it picking it up, you know? It is weird. It is weird. Like, if it is exactly what it seems, but I reckon this is set up.
Watch and notice that
How would someone move the statue? It could be heavy. Note the word could there. It also could not.
they walk is a bit strange. Fast forward to the group seeing the statue of Snow White, and it's at this point that they realize the color of its dress is the same as the one worn by the person they saw. Could it be that the so-called person...
It is weird that it moves around all the time. But, I don't know. I'm not ultimately convinced by this. I'm more inclined to believe this is fake. But it could be weird. Sure.
was actually the statue moving on its own. The
statue's a different color. The top looks different. You can hardly even make out the top. The dresses look completely
group
different.
seems to believe
Do they?
this, but of course by the person they saw. Could it be that
This is a side angle you got to bear in mind. I'm not sure they look completely different. Dress looks way flatter, yeah, but because it's different angles, I think. The
so-called person was actually the statue moving on its own? The group seems...
I do think that is the statue. Like, I would say that is definitely the statue. I just think it's someone moving it. Like, it clearly has been moved about. It's clearly... Someone said, what if it's too heavy? It clearly isn't, because it moves all the time. You know? I don't know. I see two arms, it's only got one. I see one. Where's the other? I don't know. I'm not convinced.
To believe this, but of course, it isn't certain if that's the case. Had the group actually seen the statue moving on its own? Or...
I want to watch the statue moving again.
Aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas. No mames, no te muevas ahí.
Because, like, the dress isn't moving or anything. Like, it isn't flowing.
Ese no es el velador, güey. No. No, aguanta. Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey. Eso no es el velador.
The dress isn't moving.
No te muevas ahí. Espérate, ey. Güey, ese es el velador de...
It's missing its left arm, but it has one when it's walking.
Aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas.
Does it?
No mames, no te muevas ahí. Güey.
It does look maybe a bit like an arm, and then let's just skip it in. Oh yeah, that would be the arm that was facing them. That is a little bit odd. Maybe.
¿Qué ha sido ella?
That's
Maybe.
but of course, it is inserted.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Something's off. I don't trust this video is essentially my point. It does look like it's a different arm. Dress moving. I couldn't necessarily make out the dress moving, but also it's so fucking low res. Like, which I equally don't trust. I don't know. Like, why only run after it after it's gone around the corner?
And if that's the case,
Like, to not show off that it isn't. I'm just
had the group actually seen the statue
I'm not as convinced by this one.
on its own, or was this something else? Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, why are they even here at night filming this stuff? Because it's I suppose you could argue like, oh, people have said this is a haunted location. Like, we're gonna go here at night and film it, see what we see. It's like it's kind of a reason. But, oh.
The following video comes from a man named Bobby, and in this footage, Bobby is standing outside of his daughter's room.
I remember this guy. He had like a creepy doll, and it was just him and his daughter who lived together. And like the house, like weird shit happens. And he did seem genuinely very frightened, I believe. It's been a while. It's been a few months since we saw his first video, but I kind of remember this guy. Do you guys remember he had like the kid with him? Like I think it was the daughter's room. That was like really fucking weird. Some of you who've watched these streams previously will remember, I think.
Where a strange noise was just heard. He checks on his daughter to see if she's okay, but hesitates to go inside. There's something in this room that scares him. Now, Bobby is someone who I featured in a previous video. Bobby and his daughter live inside an apartment where strange and unexplainable things have been happening for a while. From toys that seemingly move on their own as though possessed by something, to the sound of footsteps coming out of nowhere.
But admittedly, your creepy doll collection doesn't help with this situation, Bobby. I reckon get rid of your creepy dolls, Bobby. I reckon one of them's causing it, probably. If I was to take a guess.
This small family has had a fair share of unusual experiences.
But he seems so genuinely terrified in a way that, like, feels hard to act.
Nah, get out of here, man.
Isn't that like the Annabelle doll? Yes. The actual Annabelle, not the one from the movies, but the one that Annabelle is based on. Because all the Conjuring franchise is based off of real life events. Or supposed real life events. The real life Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann just like these. So that's worth acknowledging, I guess.
But at least y'all caught that part. Yo.
But the way he jumps and everything, just his reactions are so real that it is a bit like...
No, I'm good.
Bobby believes that his home is being haunted by the spirit of a little girl who previously lived in this apartment. According to his landlord,
definitely something latched onto one of your creepy dolls, mate. Don't put it off on the apartment, you twats.
Girl passed away from cancer. Viewers believe that the little girl is trying to play with his daughter since most of the activity occurs in her bedroom. One day, Bobby's daughter is taking a nap when a strange...
Feel bad for calling him a twat. I take that back.
...noise is heard from inside her room. Feeling a bit scared, he takes a look and captures this.
What is that?
His whisper scared me. Wasn't expecting him.
See, it ain't my daughter because she's snapping right there on the bed. Sounds like her closet door fell. Try not to wake her up. I don't know. See, she's snapping right there. I'm trying not to wake her up. I don't know what that was, though. She is soft. Whatever it was not even waking her up. Yeah.
You know what else really convinces me with this guy a little bit? like the fact that he like made like he doesn't seem like he started filming because like a ghost thing started happening, but then he's like, oh, sleeping kid, I love my sleeping daughter, I'm gonna film this because she's cute, and like everything feels genuine. Like it's like he like takes the opportunity to like be like, oh, but then a thing happens. He's like, oh fuck, like he like forgets. It's as if he forgets himself. I don't know. Fucking hell, it's loud. Like, he starts laughing at the fact that she's, like, cute and stuff. Like, I don't know. That feels very genuine. It doesn't feel like a guy who's just trying to, like, bait. Like, because, like, you know, if this was a guy who was, like, constructing ghosts. Like, because, like, if it's fake, he's doing it on purpose, right? Like, he's filming these things knowing shit's going to happen. This doesn't feel like that sort of behavior. Don't leave her in there, bro. Was that the vlog gun on the floor? Is that the vlog gun? She just got the vlog gun in our room. Who gave her the vlog gun? How'd that get there? It's mad.
Come on, man. She's in here sleeping.
He just leaves her alone in there. He gets scared, he leaves, and he's like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't leave her in there, to be fair. Sonic the Hedgehog plush, but... Wait, is that Shadow the Hedgehog plush? Holy based daughter! Shadow the Hedgehog plush, hell yeah.
Get out of her room. Dude, that thing was closed, right?
Yeah, show inside there, please.
Come on, man. Now why is she sleeping?
I wanna see inside. I really want to believe you do, but if you don't show me inside the closet, I'm gonna be a little bit off-put. Also, he seems terrified, this guy. He actually seems so fucking scared.
Man, I am good on that. You need to get out of her room.
He's like pissed. He's like shouting at the ghost, like, get the fuck out, buddy.
Play somewhere else. What the thing?
Is there more? Oh no, that's it.
As Bobby walks over to his daughter, who's a heavy sleeper, the
Fun fact.
closet behind him opens by itself without
Doesn't look like there's anything in there. Like, I don't know, but like, I just wish he would show it, because then I'd be like, oh my god, I'm fully convinced. But I'm more inclined to believe this guy than not, just purely based off the fact that like his reaction seems so genuine.
warning.
And nothing that's happened in any of these videos seems like unfathomable. It's usually just doors opening or weird tapping or weird like noises, which is like all within things I've seen. Bar doors opening. I've never experienced that, but I've experienced the
Considering
tapping, so.
how often strange things
Yes, it looks like the FNAF 4 closet. We get it. Oh my god. All of you made the same joke at once. Come on now.
happen at home, Bobby is used to this, which might explain his calm demeanor. He waits
It's not calm though. Like, he still seems very scared.
patiently for something else to happen while keeping an eye on his daughter. Fortunately, nothing happens, but this incident was enough to keep Bobby on his toes. He continues to watch over his daughter in case
She's playing on a SNES. This kid is based. Shadow the Hedgehog plush, retro gaming, based child.
something like this happens again. Just like the previous incidents, this
Everyone's saying leave the house. This is what always happens. People say leave the house. Not everyone is in a financial position to just up their shit and move, you know? And like, you got to bear this in mind, right? Say, for example, I'm not saying this is their position, but say, for example, you're a guy fucking struggling to pay rent, right? You're struggling to keep, you know, a fucking, your head above water, right? You got a daughter. And what, you're just going to uproot your life and put yourself in even worse financial peril because you think there's ghosts? Like, think about how ridiculous. Like, try to explain that. Like, this guy looks like a single father. The kid probably has a mother. Like, imagine explaining to the mother, oh, I know, like, I have to look after our daughter, but I moved house because I think there's a ghost in it. You know what I mean? Like, be for real. Like, I get up and leave, but like, no, it's not. Life is not that simple. And ghosts, no one's gonna like fucking justify you. It's not really like But like, it is weird. I get you. You know.
Mysterious occurrence has yet to be solved.
It is weird though. That one, I'm quite convinced by that one. I've got a sore throat. I'm gonna look after it for the rest of the stream.
On June 9th
Let's
of
shout in,
2023, an unsettling video was posted by a girl named Pupe who was home alone when something pretty terrifying was captured. The video starts off with Pupe lying on the couch before she suddenly realizes that someone or something is in her house. She was on her phone when she glanced over at the corner of the room and saw what looked to be a person standing completely still. Someone was watching her. Although freaked out at first, she began to laugh as she had a feeling that this was either her friend or boyfriend who was pulling a prank. But little did she know, this wasn't a prank.
That's terrifying. Imagine like an intruder's in your house and you go, good one. And then they just fucking run at you and you're like, oh shit! That'd be awful. That'd be fucking horrible.
A mysterious presence has invaded Pupa's home. The following is her video.
So technically these aren't paranormal videos. It is just scary compilation, but it's always about ghosts. I've never seen one that isn't centered around ghosts or like cryptids. But this seems like it's just a home invasion. I don't think this is even supposed to be to do with ghosts, but I'm curious.
Watch.
I will. It's what I was planning on doing, so thank you. Bailey, by the way, thank you for the prime. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I think this is just actually like an intruder.
¿Qué haces?
Slightly weird that they started filming, though. Like, if I thought I was getting pranked, my initial reaction wouldn't be to pull out my phone and be like, oh, wow, really scary. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't immediately start filming them, so I am slightly skeptical that this isn't staged.
Hey.
But I don't want to say that in case something bad happens.
¿Quién sos?
Kill source, fuck off.
Andate de mi casa.
Right when things are getting tense, the video ends abruptly. It's unknown as to what exactly happened after.
Okay, maybe it is legit then, because I would also stop filming at that point and be like, what the fuck is happening? We're gonna ring the police or some shit. Like, I would abruptly end the video and call the police, so maybe it is legit. That's scary as fuck, though.
Afterward, but one can safely assume that Pupe was left extremely terrified.
Yes.
Now, Pupe has posted some videos after this incident, but in neither video does she go into detail about the events of that night. Perhaps this incident was so disturbing.
Which convinces me more that it's just like a real thing that happened. But also, why would you post it to like TikTok, you know?
Disturbing that Pupe is trying her best to forget about it. Although it's unclear.
Posting it on TikTok's weird, but then again, I suppose if I got a video of that happening and I was safe now, I'd be like, by the way, I'm safe, but like, look at this shit. Isn't this fucking crazy? So maybe, you know, maybe I would post it. And then not acknowledging it afterwards convinces me that it might be real because, like, you know.
To what exactly was captured. There's
Julie,
no doubt that the video she took is just downright chilling.
I'm gonna have to go get a fan in a minute. It's warm as fuck in here.
It's
gonna go out on the streets and go, does anyone know me? And then if any fans are there, I'm gonna have them come and just waft me with air until I cool down. Bring me ice and shit. That's what I meant by that.
At night, when a mother and daughter arrive home, the security camera at the front entrance records them pulling up to the gate of the house, when out of nowhere, something very strange happens.
Go on.
This video was posted by Mary Carmen, the daughter in this video, who lives on a small farm with a lot of
Mary
animals.
Carmen. What do you full name her? I don't think he's ever full named anyone before. This is Mary Carmen. Hello, Mary Carmen.
Now the animals
Can
on
we get
this
some hello Mary Carmens in the chat?
farm would do things that would make her feel as though she were taking care of children. To her, this place feels more like a daycare than a farm. But
what?
The biggest child, according now the animals on
Hang
this
about. That was a that sounded silly.
Very strange happens. This video was posted by Mary Drive Home, the daughter in this video, who lives on a small farm with a lot of animals. Now the animals on this farm would do things that would make her feel as though she were taking care of children. To her, this place feels more like a daycare than a farm.
I reckon she just has a bond with the animals. I don't think this is an indication of anything creepy. I don't know what that means. I imagine this just means she, like, bonds with them. What do you mean, like, talk? Like, they have a chat, like, "Aye, you alright? I'm a kid, me. I'm not really a horse, I'm a kid. Fuck, I'm a kid. Don't, I'm not a horse. I'm actually a child. Look after me. Feed me." Like, are they doing that? In which case, that's pretty, like, on the nose. Or are they just, like, you just have a bond with them? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, he's very ambiguous with his claim that they do things that, like, you know what I mean? We always used to, like, argue my aunt's dog was more like a human than a dog, but, like, we didn't mean it. She just sat on the sofa like a person would. We all thought that was funny. And she, like, she wanted to hold hands all the time and stuff. She just exhibited some behaviors that were more human-like than dog. But, like, she was a dog. Like, I didn't ever go, "It's a lady, that's just a lady you have in your house. You've got a lady in your house. Who's this big, hairy lady?" Like, I knew it was a dog. It just did things. You know what I mean? None of us ever went, "I tell thee what, who's that big, hairy lady you've got in house?" No one was saying that. Why so British? That's how I imagine my family would say it. "Who's that big, hairy lady you have in house? Get her out. Fucking freeloading in your house." Can you believe that? That's probably how it would go. Don't speak about your mum that way. Yeah. But no, we always used to, the reason we used to say, we did used to joke around and say she was possessed by my uncle's grandmother died not long before they got the dog, so we always used to joke that she inhabited the spirit of the dog. But you never know. I think we were joking. I don't think she was really a person. She died recently. It was very sad. But the nice thing was I went to see her and we kind of knew she was a bit ill, and like I've always had this. This is where it gets spooky. I've always had this weird knack for knowing when the last time I'm going to see someone is. Every time it's been the last time I'm going to see someone, I've always felt it. I've always been like, oh, I'm never going to see this person again. And there's never been any reason for it, but I just have a very strong sense of like, oh, this is it. And I had a very strong sense when I saw the dog the last time. It sat with me and I was like, I petted it and I gave it a cuddle. And I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to see this dog. So I'm just going to make sure that like I kind of say goodbye, and then I left. And then lo and behold, it died a few days later. But yeah. So it was nice. It was nice. It's a good thing. It sounds like I'm complaining and I'm not. Because it's a very good, it's a really good knack to have. Because it means that the last time you see someone, you go, oh, I probably should make the most of this. But yeah. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know many people that have died. But the few people I do know that have died, I've kind of always had a weird sense of it. Not always. But as I've gotten older. When my granddad died, I got the same thing. He wasn't a very affectionate man, but I gave him a hug. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but I made a point of giving him a hug, and he made a point of giving me a hug in a very weird sort of like out of character way, and then I never saw him again. So that was weird. Yeah. Strange.
Spooky time with Jack is my favorite time.
I'm glad.
Cheers, Jack. You always make me smile, grin.
Thank you. And yeah, that's the dead granddad whose fishing hat I used in the Tommy fishing video. You know the one where Tommy's like, he asked the question about it, I'm like, no, he's dead. I was very on the nose about it. That's the one. It's the dead one. The other one's alive. It's his birthday soon. It's pretty cool for him.
But the biggest child, according to...
Anyway, the children animals. Sorry, we got distracted. Got a bit morbid. My bad.
...is her dog, who's known as Scott. From dancing with his so-called mom to going on boat rides whenever he gets the chance, Mary Carmen has a special place in her heart for Scott.
Yeah, she just cares for the dog. He's not human-like. Just because you're taking him on human-like adventures doesn't mean the dog is like a human. Just means you want him there. Can you move the chat? It's not in the way for now, is it? Like,
but
the video is not big enough.
One
for
night,
the chat to be in the
something
way.
happened that left her completely devastated. She had come home with her mother after having dinner at a relative's when she found Scott lying in his bed. He seemed unusually quiet, which he never was.
Okay.
Scott had passed away. Now,
Christ, that is sad. I was go, okay, he's just being a bit quiet, that's whatever. And then he was dead, and I was like, oh god. That's awful. Now I do feel bad. Oh shit, poor Scott. Oh.
It wasn't until grieving for days on end that she finally looked at the security cameras that captured Scott's final moments before passing. Based on the footage, he passed away only a few hours before Mary Carmen returned home. He was already gone before she came. But after looking at the footage of when she arrived, she immediately noticed something strange. What was captured had brought her to
Wow. I will move chat in this instance.
a strange
He's one of these instances where, like, I would usually go, that looks too good to be true, but I'm gonna use my, I do like to apply context, and I like, this girl clearly did have a very strong bond with this dog, and to me, if you have a very strong bond with a dog, you're not fucking faking some video of it being a ghost dog. Like, that's disrespectful as fuck. Like, if it happened, and that's, like, touching, but, like, if you fake it, that's shitty, and, like, it does seem too good to be true, but, like, that's why I'm like, wow, because I, like, honestly, the goodness of people tells me that that isn't fake in a way that, like, and just the behavior, just, like, the fact that it came straight to them and, like, hovered around them and stuff, but the way it faded in and out, I don't know. That fucking wow. I want this to be real. I think that's what it is. Like, it does seem too good to be true, but context clues tell me that's weird to fake, and I want it to be fucking real. It's a beautiful thing. That was a, like, beautiful, beautiful thing to watch.
figure that looks to be a dog suddenly appears on camera.
And look, I'm not a believer in ghost orbs, but there was a little orb that flew past, which again, I think ghost orbs are just fucking dust, but like... I'm going to acknowledge it because I know some
Jack
people believe in them.
Manifold, can you
Yes.
do a Grimace birthday shake video?
I would love to, but they're not doing the Grimace So the UK don't know what the fuck Grimace is. Never fucking heard of Grimace. Well, I have, but through being on the internet. We don't have Grimace over here. We got Ronald McDonald, right? We got the classic. Never fucking heard of Grimace in my life. So, like, I keep seeing these Grimace shake videos. I'm like, I'd love to hop on this trend because I love... I like that some people have taken it in a creepy direction. I have that creepy fucking... I have that eye for creepy cinema that I'd do something fucking cool. Maybe I'll try... I wonder if I could get one, like, sent over. I wonder if I could get a cup sent over from McDonald's America. And then I could, like, make my own. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. There was a recipe. I saw a recipe. It was like a few berries and some ice cream. It's not too hard to make. I'll have a sit down. I'll have a sit down after the stream and we'll try and we'll play around with that. Either way, back to this, which is a very touching and powerful video, not just like a weird purple shake.
Believes that this may have been the spirit of her dog, given that he just passed away that same night. According to her, he seemed to be waiting for her to return home before departing. It's as though he wanted to see her one last time.
It is so clear that I'm like, is it not just an actual dog? But like, I don't think she'd fake this.
Going away forever. To this day, Mary Carmen watches this video to remind her that even though Scott is physically gone, he is still with her in spirit. But, like all videos, you be the judge on whether or not the ghost of her dog was captured.
That is crazy. Like,
2 months
crazy.
swaggers.
The two eyes, the general form of a dog, the way it moves, but the way it fades in and out, like it definitely isn't a physical thing on the camera. I just don't. And also, she's filming a screen, which makes it then hard to edit unless she's already edited the video and filmed it on screen. I don't know. It looks hard. Like, you could edit, you could fake that, but like with a relative amount of difficulty. And I just don't think you would. That's such a shitty thing to do. I like to think it's real, and I think it's very touching. This might be my favorite one I've ever seen. That was really cute.
On May 24th of 2023,
Creepy
at around
fucking-
10 p.m.
No offense to the kid, but creepy fucking kid. Oh my god. Like, no offense to the parents or the kid, but like, my god, fuck me. Scared me a bit.
Baby monitor captures something pretty spooky on camera. This video was posted by Marquette Jean, who's concerned for the safety of her daughter.
Oh, well, now I feel bad. That's a cute kid. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry. It's a cute kid. It's cute. Just its eyes look creepy in the night vision. And now I feel bad. I'm sorry. It's a cute kid. It's a cute kid. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you, kid. Lady. I've forgotten your name. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Something very strange was captured inside her child's bedroom. The video begins with her daughter, who appears to be staring blankly at the window that's behind the camera. It's unknown as to what exactly it is that she's seeing, but whatever it might be, it seems to have her full attention. She continues to stare at this window when suddenly the camera picks up movement from inside the room. But as we can see in the footage, nothing is moving. Now the family used to have a cat.
That shit can happen. Like, it's easy to fuck up motion sensors, to be fair. Like, I don't trust it. If it's a cheap fucking nanny cam, then like, it's cheap. It could be. I'm not saying it is, but you know.
And the camera would often pick up the cat's movement. But no cat is seen here, as their cat had passed away in August of last year.
When I die, I want
God,
someone to
dead
put my
animals.
death on BizarreBub and pretend a ghost killed me.
That's funny. Yeah, you know, when I die, I want one of my relatives to pretend they saw my ghost and get it on BizarreBub. Just in my honor. You know? I don't know if BizarreBub will be running by the time I'm dead, but if it is, if I'm still on the internet, I'm trusting you guys. Well, if I die, I'm trusting you guys to be like, I saw the spirit of Jack Manifold last night and he did this thing. Like, I swear to God, if I die young and I'm like still on internet, like fucking e-celeb, whatever, please, for the love of God, just make it a trend that like you film some like obscure shit happening and everyone's like, oh, it's the ghost of Jack Manifold, he's doing some goofy shit. Please, I beg that actually happens. That is my like, actual wish. That's my like honest to God wish. That in my honor, I would want that to happen. Like this is my like. There's no reason I should die young, but if it for whatever reason, you just gotta be prepared for this shit. I'm just letting you know. You know, whenever I die, I feel like some of you guys might have forgotten about me by the time I do. If I live a long and fulfilling life, I'm only 20. You know, I could have 60 years left. I don't expect you guys to remember this shit for 60 years, but you know, if it happens within the next 5 and you guys let me down, I'll be pissed. So stay on it.
However, as Marquette watches the baby monitor, this happens.
Okay. So it moves. It's fine. I'm not particularly like creeped out by that. That is weird. That's a little bit weird. Yeah, it's a bit odd. I think if I saw that, like if I was the mum and I saw that, I wouldn't instantly jump to ghost and be like, oh, the fuck? The camera did a weird thing. It's weird. Everyone's saying it looks like editing. I'm not necessarily convinced it's editing, but it is a bit odd. See that again. Oh, it just looks oddly cat-shaped there, doesn't it? Little head and cat body and tail. It's weirdly cat-shaped. Well, shit, now I'm kind of like... Now I've seen the ghost dog on a camera and I believe in it.
I'm
now kind of inclined to believe ghost cat. I mean, like, why... Now I feel like if I don't believe in this, I have a personal bias because the other story was more touching. You know? Fuck. Shit, well, I didn't believe it when it was an orb, but now it looks like a cat. I'm like, fuck, that shit. Oh, shit. What was that? Sorry. I'm on 3022, and there's a video of your ghost on BizarreBub. Yes! Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. What year? Did it come out at 3022? Did I live to be... 120? 3022. Wait, no. I lived to be 1,020? What do they do to me? Do they put me in a fucking cryogenic... I make it to 3022 before there's a fucking ghost video on BizarreBub about me. It's a long time. I'll be 1,020. Teal Water Pearls, thank you for the 2 months. Yeah, that is weird. Videos of your 1,000-year-old corpse. Ah.
Is there a cat in here? Is there a cat in here? No. Oh, sorry. Love you, night.
Does look a bit like a cat.
Are you?
And the fact that the mum reacted immediately is like kind of convincing, because like I've only ever seen one mother with like one of these like little cams, but like the second shit happened on there, she was like up there, you know what I mean? She was like, oh, my kid, a thing. People are very protective of their kids. I don't know. But she also got there very quick, like very quick. Like what's that? How many seconds did it take her? Right, 15. Right, so how many seconds did it take her to come in the room? I mean, I guess she could have just been in the other room, but like...
Is there a cat in here?
It takes her 15 seconds to like get there after seeing the cat. So that's a quick like... That could be a thing. Like to identify that as a cat, go, I probably should check, get upstairs. It's a while, to be fair. To be fair, it's very quick. She was like actively watching the camera. But like that does happen. Like mothers do that. Like again, I was at Eleanor's sister's house the other month. We were watching the Eurovision, and she put her youngest daughter to bed, and she was just like, I'd see her, like I'd look over and she'd be like watching the fucking like nanny cam, and then she'd watch the TV and then she'd watch the nanny cam. Like mothers like their kids. Subtitles say, eee. So maybe probably started looking at it first sense motion. True. You could get a notification. Could have got a notification that there was movement, opened it, and then saw the second lot of movement. That's true. It's very true.
Is there a cat in here? No. Oh, sorry.
Mothers like their kids, some don't.
Are you okay? What's wrong? No, it's okay. I was just checking on you. Good night. I love you. Scary. Huh? Scary.
What's scary?
Scary? Huh? Why?
It's a monster. It's scary.
There's no
Aww.
monster in the window. I'll look. See? I'll look.
Aww.
Upon seeing
Little kids are so cute. Fucking that was adorable. I was like, I wanted to go check. I was like, oh no, this is not. That ain't no fucking money. You don't need to be scared. What are you scared for? Fuck you. Fuck you. That's a good amount of money, so I'm forgiving you. But fuck you. So let's say my cat passed away almost 8 or 9 months ago, and for the first couple months after she passed, I would feel her jump her fat ass up and lay on my back. I'm a stomach sleeper, lol. And she used to do this. I'm not necessarily not to devalue your experience because it could. I mean, from what we've seen, clearly ghost animals are bopping about, but I would argue that's probably phantom sensation. Like as you're falling asleep, you're used to that happening, so you feel it, and you're like, oh, of course it didn't happen. Well, that isn't too unusual. That's that's more of a psychological phenomena than a paranormal one. I would argue. I think, like, you know, as I say, I jumped to the most logical conclusion. I'd say it's probably just more like your brain dealing with grief. But still, it's weird. It is weird. It is weird. Eleanor now has cats, as I've said. We've got 2 kittens, and they're getting bigger. They're growing. And I was asleep the other night, and I was laying on my stomach, as I sometimes do. And her cat has decided that my arse is a really comfy place to sleep. Like one of her cats, Saturn, she just comes and she's like, this is comfortable. I'm laying on my stomach. Then she's like, and just sits herself down on my arse. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I can't move now. Because I sleep like this now. They also both find it exceedingly amusing to, like, if I move my feet under the covers, they're like, there's a thing under the covers, and they pounce on my feet. And I'm like, so I have to keep my feet, like, fucking perfectly still, or they will start, like, trying to, like, fucking hunt my feet under the covers. They're great though. I went on tour like right after we got them, so I didn't see them like go from being really tiny to kind of like big-ish. Because they were tiny when we got them, and now like I got back from tour and they were fucking big, and like they sleep in our bed now, which they didn't used to do. Because when we got them, they were still a little bit like frightened. Not frightened, but you know what I mean. Like it's an unfamiliar environment. So they slept in their little cat tree. But now they sleep in our bed. Or one of them does. One of them likes definitely to sleep in the bed. The other one, she can take it or leave it. Like one, Saturn, so they're called Saturn and Pluto. Saturn has gotten like really cuddly. Pluto was the one who was more confident around us to begin with. And Saturn would kind of keep her distance. And I got back and completely flipped. Like Pluto keeps herself to herself. Like she likes playing with you, but like she doesn't like to cuddle. And then Saturn like loves to be held like a baby. Like loves it. And, like, she's really, like, taken to me really quickly, like, since I got them back. Because, obviously, like, they don't really know me that well. Because, like, I kind of was with them for the first days where we got them. And then I went away for, like, a month. And I got back. And, like, they're kind of, like, relearning who I am again. And Saturn's, like, immediately gone, oh, well, he's cool. And, like, she, like, comes and sits with me a lot. Yeah, cat reveal. I'm not allowed to do the cat reveal because Eleanor's got to make a video for her second channel where she reveals them, and then I'll start bringing them into streams and stuff. I'll start bringing them on streams when she does the cat reveal. Until then, you're just gonna have to deal with not knowing. They're very cute though. I won't tell you what breed they are even, but they're very, very cute cats.
A strange cat-like figure on the baby monitor.
Cat cam. Maybe we'll get a cat cam.
Marquette bolts into the room.
Also, they chill in her living room, and Eleanor usually also chills in the living room while I'm streaming, and I imagine she probably wouldn't want cats and Eleanor cam. Probably put her off a bit, that she feels like she's being live streamed all the time. Probably put her off.
And asks if a cat is in there. Confused as to what her mother had seen, Marquette's daughter replies no, but says that she's scared. According to her, there's a monster at the window.
I love him saying it with such seriousness. According to her, there was a monster at the window. Like, he says it like he also believes there's a monster at the window. I fucking love him. Yes, no, fuck's sake. Thank you for the 20
Honestly,
quid.
it is probably a phantom sensation, but sometimes it would happen when I was well awake and just reading. Also, sorry for scaring you, lol.
Does it again. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for the fucking 20 quid. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, that's crazy. That is weird, to be fair. Like, it is weird when it happens to you, like, actually awake, but still, I would argue it's still a phantom sensation. Like, I always feel my phone vibrate in my pocket when it's not there. You know, it's just things you're used to, like, and then when they're not happening, your brain just kind of fills in the blanks. He's a monster and he's scary, which is quite, like, he's not just a monster, he's a scary one. He's not like Mike Wazowski or something.
There's no monster in the window. I'll look. See? I'll look.
Marquette checks the window and finds nothing there. Although creeped out by her daughter's response, she's more unsettled by the supposed apparition caught on camera. The family believes this may have been the spirit of the cat that they once had.
Yeah, the cat thing is weirder than the monster. Like, kids see shit. Thank you for the prime, by the way.
But later passed away due to cancer. Whether ghost or not, Marquette and her daughter are shaken up by this footage. Like all videos, the question is begged. Just what exactly had occurred that night?
I just don't know, mate. I just don't know.
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation,
you aired me, mate. You aired me. I sent you one. You aired me, so no. No.
That being said,
no.
Let's get back to the video.
Yes, let's do that. Yeah, he ghosted me.
In the following video, a man named Wynn is washing dishes in the kitchen when he hears a strange noise.
No! He was forced to wash dishes! Oh, this is the scariest video yet. He was forced to wash the dishes. I hate washing the dishes so much. So fucking much. I hate washing the dishes. That shit sucks. Why is bro recording his dishes? Yeah, I'm already onto him. He was forced to eat cement. He was forced to wash the dishes.
Noise coming from his basement. This basement, according to Wynn, is a place that he and his family...
Yeah, was he filming himself washing the dishes and then I heard a voice? I reckon this might be fake.
...avoid entering at all costs.
What?
According to Wynn, is a place that he and his family avoid entering at all costs.
Why?
There's something about it that isn't right.
What?
Now, not too long ago...
Shut up. We don't go in the basement, me and my family. We just leave it as an unused bit of property because something isn't right. Shut up.
Something happened inside this space that neither Wynn nor his family could explain.
Oh, okay.
As
there's
Wynn
a history.
states, he was by himself in the basement when out
Shit.
of nowhere,
Oh,
a
shit.
small swing he had recently bought began to swing on its own. Although not really sure how to explain this, it would be the following incident that occurred only days later that leaves him extremely baffled. While being alone at home with his son, a loud banging noise on the basement door is suddenly heard. But when he checks to see as to who or what was banging on the door, he finds no one there.
Can I get it?
I just want to skip this back because my mic got on. It fell off the fucking mic arm. I had to scrape back on, so I had to unplug it. Let me just try this again.
Isn't right.
2 seconds. I just want to go back.
Now,
a second.
not too long ago, something happened inside this space
Like,
that neither Wynn nor his family could explain. As Wynn states, he was by himself in the basement when out of nowhere, a small swing he had recently bought began to swing on its own. Although not really sure how to explain this, it would be the following incident that occurred only days.
yeah, but like if it was caught by a strong draft, it is right near a window. You know what I mean? Like, big draft could have caused that.
Days later that leaves him extremely baffled. While being alone at home with his son, a loud banging noise on the basement door is suddenly heard. But when he checks to see as to who or what was banging on the door, he finds no one there.
Can I get it?
Understandably, this occurrence has left the family feeling
Admittedly, the kid crying and being like, go get that please, and like being freaked out, it does make me think, okay, but he's not faked this. Because like his son's like scared, and that'd be a pretty shitty thing to do for a fucking
Jack,
TikTok or whatever.
I beg of you.
Face reveal.
Please
Funny.
upload that VOD of you reacting to TikToks with all the 3.5 jokes. I need to relive that
Did
experience.
I not upload that one? I figure I would have done. Kids can't act. Yeah, the kid being scared does convince me. But it doesn't convince me it's not... It's a ghost. It just convinced me that it's not faked. But again, a door banging like that could also be caused by a breeze.
Can I get it?
Like, say the door's got a little bit of, like, movement on its... whilst closed, and there's a fucking wind. It's just the pressure's just going to make it bang. Like, that can just happen with... breeze. Like, again, it just could be a draft. It's aggressive, but I've heard it. Like, I've heard that happening. Like, bit of draft and it starts doing that. Like, I've heard it happen.
Understandably, this occurrence has left the family feeling thoroughly petrified.
This guy's a VFX editor. I've seen his account. Worth noting. Worth noting.
But, as if that wasn't enough to freak
Oh,
them
there's
out,
more.
the following video captures this. Wynn is down in the kitchen washing dishes when his dog starts barking at the basement door. He immediately takes out his phone and begins to record.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey, buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out.
Bro's trying to reason with the ghost. He's like, buddy, I got too much shit on today. You can do this any other day. You can't do this today, buddy. I got shit to do. Leave my house alone. Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Hello. Do
Who the
remember when
fuck
were
do
in
you
middle
think you
school
are
and we used
fucking
to
with
climb
my
onto
house?
the
I got
roofs
shit to
and throw
do.
diapers with Nutella down from there?
Eh? Oh, do you remember when we were in the middle school and we used to climb on the school roof and throw diapers with Nutella down from there? What are you
Manifold
chatting?
Chad.
Shut up. I don't know. You didn't go to school. Middle school isn't even a thing in the UK. You're lying. Thank you for the Manifold Chat, though. 5 months. I appreciate that.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm just gonna set it
My
up.
scary
Paper
ghost
towels.
story. My bathroom is
We'll
the
just
way
let
that
the
when you
phone
leave
roll.
it you see the front door. It was like 2 a.m. and I went to pee, and when I left it I saw an aura at the doors. It
Is
was like
the-
165 centimeters body-shaped white aura. Also sometimes I have a weird feeling in my house, but might be just...
I'll give that a rate, 100 bits, thank you. My scary/ghost story, my bathroom is the way that when you leave it, you see the front door. Okay, so when you leave the bathroom, you see the front door. It was at 2 a.m. and I went to pee, and when I left, I saw an aura at the door. It was like 165 centimeter, which is quite impressive that you managed to measure it like that. Body-shaped white aura. Also, sometimes I have a weird feeling in my house, but that might just be my trauma. I'm a bit confused. You just saw a white aura. Could it not just been like a light that was like coming through the door that just kind of looked human-shaped? Or was it like in the house? There's a lot to unpack there. Alright, I want to see this. Hold on. Thank you for donating, though. I appreciate you telling me the story. I'm not necessarily writing it off. I'm just like, could it not have been car lights or something? I just feel like, again, I always jump to the logical conclusion. I'm intrigued, though. If it's in the room, it's a bit weirder, but we'll see.
I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs.
Fuck off.
Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay.
Yeah, this guy's a VFX editor. Fuck off. I kind of feel guilty for his crying child then, though, you know? Either that kid needs to get a fucking Oscar. Needs to be put in a movie because that kid can act like fucking crazy. Or like, yeah, it's definitely faked. It's well edited. It's fake, though.
Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Little buddy.
Sound.
Little buddy. Bro, called the ghost Little Buddy. Little buddy, please. Little buddy. Leave my fucking house. Little buddy, leave my house. Just lock the door. Yeah, exactly. You would, wouldn't you? Yeah, just, no. If it's fake, why is the dog barking? We never see the dog. You do realize that, right? You ever heard of editing audio? Watch this, guys.
I'm Glenn Quagmire.
What? Guys, Glenn Quagmire is in my house. Guys, Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy is in my... Where is he? Guys, holy shit, did you hear him?
I'm Glenn Quagmire.
Giggity, he's here, guys. Quagmire is here. You know what I mean? Like, we don't see the dog. We just hear it. You definitely could have just edited that audio in. My point's proven.
Being fed up with the supposed spirit, Wynn begs the entity to stop, but this only seemed to make things worse as the door to the basement began to continuously open on its own soon after. It isn't until looking closely at the doorway, however, that someone...
You have to look very closely to
something
see that.
appears.
Obvious as shit.
Like something out of a nightmare, the shadowy figure seemingly fades into the darkness before reappearing again as a giant shadow. Feeling beyond spooked, Wynn is absolutely certain
Means the kid crying could have been fake too. Yeah, but it sounded like you got to grab the audio from somewhere. At some point, a kid was crying. You know what I mean?
that he won't be entering this basement anytime soon. But as always, until more footage is brought forth, this video remains a mystery.
Someone said, is that ghost figure you? No! You think I am? Actually, you know what? I was like just about to make a joke about that, and then I remembered I took this picture on tour. I do want to show it you. I took this picture on tour because the lights... This was at the back of the London Apollo, and the light hit me perfectly that I looked like Slender Man in my silhouette looked like Slender Man. So I projected it onto a wall. So actually, to be fair, I do see the resemblance. I do. So maybe it... Shit. Now I'm feeling a bit silly. But yeah, I did. That was me. I thought it was quite funny, though. It made me chuckle. It looked like Slender Man, but funny. Number 1.
This next video was recorded by a father who caught some...
Clean your damn room, bro! Goodness gracious me! Made a mess! God! That's the real horror. Fucking cleaning you have to do after this. To be fair, my room is a tip. I literally just looked at my room and went, actually, to be fair. But I only got back yesterday, and I've kind of just got a big box of Prime behind me. Got my big Prime box. I'd show you, but I think it might have my address on it. I thought you lived with boxes for months. Yeah, but the boxes were neatly in a corner.
Something pretty creepy while watching over his son. The father in this clip is known as Ricky Beadle, and it was sometime in the afternoon when he took this footage. According to Ricky, he was walking past his son's room when he heard him talking to himself.
As
he was talking under his breath, muttering something that Ricky couldn't understand.
Chupacabra. Oh, fucking. You're saying like.
The souls of the damned. Feed me the souls of the damned. They will not escape. They will not escape me. I'm gonna draw an evil diagram, an evil fucking pentagram, and no one can stop me. I'm an evil fucking child. What's that, Satan? Oh, you're talking to me? Yes. I don't just have imaginary friends. I'm evil, and I'm whispering evils. Yes, Father, you're right. I'm whispering fucking evils and not even anything good. Actually, it's really actually bad, actually, and I'm whispering it, and it's awful.
I imagine that's how the kids sound, probably.
It wasn't until listening closely, though, that he can make
couldn't
out
understand him because he was British.
a few words.
Venom. No, Venom would be like,
fucking, I'm Venom, and I eat
Imagine a child just muttering a
eyes,
Scooby-Doo
lungs,
laugh.
pancreas. So many snacks, so little time.
that'd probably be how Venom sounded like, I would imagine.
Even though it sounded like total gibberish, his speech was similar to that of someone conversing with another person. It's as though someone else was there with him. It goes without—
What the fuck is this faceless kid? Get a face, motherfucker! Why are you good at that? Because it
Mostly because of this. I turned this on. So you might not believe this, but I don't sound like this. I'm not doing this with my voice. I am using the effects on the GoXLR. There's a
button here. I click the button again,
and when I do that, it makes me sound like this. So that's actually doing most of the work. Would you believe? And then all I have to do is go, I'm fucking evil. I'm evil and Venom. Eddie. Yeah. But if I was to turn this off, then this doesn't sound that scary anymore. It just sounds like I'm straining myself. Which I am.
It's less scary then.
But I'm fucking Venom.
Yeah, there's a lot of carrying from the filter.
Without saying that the video that Ricky took is just downright eerie. Take a look.
Elliot, what are you doing?
Oh, wait, sorry. I zoned out because I was kind of memeing. So the kid was whispering, right?
Elliot, what are you doing? Oh, that's cool. What's that? What's that in the corner?
What the fuck? Why is the fella wrong himself? Sorry, I went really British because the kid was British, but that's not on. That's not on. That you can't draw that, Elliot. Christ, Elliot! It's dark.
Oh, why have you drawn that? Oh, really? What does he do? Why? Oh, really? Okay.
As if watching his son behave strangely.
Never mind, that is odd. I know so many stories of kids doing shit like that where they'll be like, oh yeah, there's like a dude. He like chills in the room, he's dead. I'm not supposed to tell nobody. He told me not to tell nobody, but I'm gonna tell you. Like, there's this sort of like idea that kids do like have the, like a sort of something about kids just gives them this sixth sense that adults are kind of switched off to. That old kid needs therapy, but I don't know. I'm just a bit like, that is weird. That is weird. That is weird because that kid is, that's weird. You know what I mean? It is odd. It is odd.
It wasn't already creepy enough.
Oh, shit.
He shows him this, a portrait of someone that only his son is able to see. But eerily, this supposed person—
you know what I love about British children? How like blunt they are. Why have you drawn that, Elliot? It's a man. Why have you drawn that, Elliot? I'm drawing my room. Yeah, but why have you drawn that, man? Oh, he's hanging man. Why have you drawn that? Because he's hanging up there. Oh, yeah, and he annoys me at night. He's a dickhead. Does this. I'm not supposed to tell anyone though, so keep your mouth shut. just like I'm like kids in the fucking. He's hanging. So like nonchalant, like doesn't give a shit, no sensitivity about it. Just like, he's hanging up there, mate. Yeah, he's hanging, mate.
Appears to be hanging by a noose wrapped around their neck. Ricky points the camera to where the so-called hanging man is apparently seen.
He's not there,
but,
is he?
as expected, nobody's there.
Yeah, to be fair, it'd be a real fucking disturbing video if he was there, wouldn't it? As expected. Yeah, I fucking do expect. Can you imagine if in the scary compilation it's just like, oh, I've drawn hanging man because he's hanging, and then he pans up and there's just a gentleman hanging from the ceiling. He'd be like, yeah, well, fair enough, Elliot. We probably should sort that. You know what I mean? Like that would be a much worse video if he really was there, to be fair.
Or so it seems. Ricky's
oh fuck, yeah, Elliot, that's not very good. That, yeah, we should sort that. Like, it would be a bit.
Child seems pretty convinced that
gentlemen, why so formal? I don't know. Look, it's a slightly dark topic, and I got a little bit like I wanted to make it a little bit less dark, so I called him a gentleman. I wanted to pay him a respect. You know, I mean, he's hanging. Bless him. You know, pay him a bit of respect, gentlemen.
hanging man is real, but for some odd reason, he's not allowed to talk about him. Now,
there's a lot left of this. That's interesting.
Initially, Ricky wasn't really sure how to feel about this. It was only after the following incident, however, that he grew very concerned. Ricky is once again looking after his son when he hears him talking to himself just like before. He promptly reaches for his phone and captures this.
Stop it.
Elliot, what are you doing? Oh, really? Right. Is he crying?
Thing is, kids do have imaginary friends, but this is like a really morbid thing for a kid to imagine. You know what I mean? But like maybe it's indicative of something else, like not ghosts, like psychological issues. You know?
So this is the photo of the hanging man he's seen in the corner of his room. I'm going to ask him to draw it again when I've rubbed it completely off. Elliot, can you draw the hanging man for me like you did before?
No, because you'll tell me off at night.
What if I don't let him? What if you can sleep in my room? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right, so what's these on his face?
Tears.
What's this?
Straight.
Oh, okay. Does he cry quite a lot?
Yeah, because he's got hay fever up there and he's up there.
Okay.
In the corner.
Okay, thank you.
But he annoys me at the night because you keep saying your husband and you just...
Okay, thank you.
It was at
It is weird, you know what it is? But like... It's weird.
At this point that Ricky couldn't help but think that his son was seeing things. As some viewers have commented, perhaps Elliot is showing early signs of schizophrenia. But
well, this is the thing, right? Like, so usually schizophrenia doesn't manifest until people are older, but like it can. Like kids can be schizophrenic, and like it's one of these ones where it's like passing it off. Like I know kids that have also supposedly seen shit like this, and then they genuinely just grow up and like they like don't remember it. But this isn't something you ignore. Like you kind of take them to be assessed, and you're like, so he keeps talking about seeing a hanging man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I feel like there's just a lot. There's just a lot to unpack here. It's quite. I think regardless, it's just quite sad because either you believe in the ghost story, and there is a suicide victim who is haunting a kid, which is pretty sad, or this kid is a deeply tormented child. And either way, it's like, oh, yeah.
Ricky isn't totally certain if that's the case. Feeling unsure as to whether or not Elliot is expressing his imagination or showing symptoms of a mental illness, he decides to set up a camera in his room. Hopefully, what he captures will clarify this confusion.
How? He's just gonna do more talking. You're not gonna see it. Like what? You're just gonna see him do more talking, like you have been. It's not gonna clarify anything, right?
But to his shock, the following footage recorded this. Watch.
I will, but I don't really get how this clarifies anything. Stop it, go away. He did get yanked a bit. It did seem like he got yanked. That's a bit odd.
Elliot appears to be speaking to someone when out of nowhere, his legs are seemingly pulled out of bed.
That is
In
a
a
bit
state
odd.
of disbelief,
His legs did slide very unnaturally, but also you can't see his legs in frame. Like, I really don't want to accuse someone of faking this, because like that means they've got to fucking train the kid to talk about all this sort of sinister shit. That's pretty weird. I don't really like the idea that someone's done that, but I don't want to accuse this fucking guy of doing that for like no reason. But like also, it's not unheard of that people do things like that for like YouTube views and shit. Like, you know, so like maybe you can't see his legs. You know, if I could see his legs and like I want to like express that this could be. I'm not accusing him because I think that's like probably the most unlikely thing. Like I think the guy faking it is the most unlikely thing. I think the most likely thing is this is probably like either a highly imaginative and slightly disturbed kid or like a mentally ill one. But then no, because then the movement doesn't make any sense. So now I'm a bit like, the movement makes no sense without either someone yanking him off camera or it actually being a ghost. I don't know.
Elliot jumps off the bed and scurries out of the room. It seems that someone or something had tugged on his legs as though intending to cause harm. It was soon after watching this video that Ricky knew something was haunting his son. Although whether or not that's so, viewers agree that something supernatural was captured. But, as with all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions.
Yeah, I'm not
Is
sure.
something haunting Elliot? Or is something else going on here?
I think whatever it is, it's sad. You know what it is? Whatever explanation you go with, it's just kind of sad. I just don't really like... You know, like the dog one, where it's quite sweet. This is like, it's just sad in every scenario.
Feel free to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, downer to end the video on. Like a fucking heavy downer. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say I know. Weird. Either way, I'm going to do my review now that I always do, where I say which ones convinced me the most. And I'm going to straight off the bat tell you which one convinced me the absolute most. Which has to be this one with the dog, number 4. The one with the little ghost dog on the camera.
Wanted to see her.
Absolutely. I think the most convinced I've ever been by any of these videos. And the most like, wow. Like, just wowed I was. Like, absolutely like, wow. You know what I mean? That's got to be the most. And then, number 4 with the ghost cat, just because it's the same fucking thing. It looks slightly... I'm convinced it's I'm like less convinced by it, but like... I can't believe in one and then not the other. Like, they're basically the same thing. So that's like, you know, it's number 3. Then I'd say number... Then I'd say number 6. Then I'd say number 6, you know, with the little girl, the guy with the little girl. Because all of his videos, he just seems actually genuinely scared. So either he's a fucking great actor or like, you know... And just the way he acts in all the videos just seems so genuine. I'd say that's probably my 3rd most convincing. Then I'd say... as much as I don't really like pinning number 1, because it could be something more... Like, you know when something more sinister could actually be at play? Pinning it on Ghost always feels a bit wrong to me. But, like, at the same time, 1, I'm a bit like... I'd probably put that number 4 for most convincing. Then number 7... with the weird moving lady. I'm almost certain that's probably fake, but like it is a bit weird. Number 2, I'm like 90% certain it's fake. It's made by a fucking VFX editor. Like the little figure that appears in here. Like, no, I'm like 90% certain.
Holy cow. Just gonna set it up.
It's weird fake. Like it's so edited. Like so edited. And then the one I'm least convinced by being ghosts is number 5, because that is just definitely a video of a home intruder. Someone just broke into... It's not a ghost. That's like an actual threat. Like, we're actually very lucky. Like, that is the least convincing that it's ghosts, because I think it is just a fella. I don't think it's a fake video necessarily, but I do think it is definitely not a ghost. So yeah, I think that's just a creepy video, like, to be honest. So that's my order from most to least. The ghost dog one is the most convinced I've ever been. That's like really, and it's heartwarming too. It's like touching. It's a very touching thing. I'm going on a ghost podcast tomorrow. What day is it today? Is it Wednesday or Tuesday? What day is it? I don't even know what fucking day it is. Oh, it's Wednesday. I'm going on a ghost podcast tomorrow. And I've got some texts. Oh, cool. Thursday tomorrow. Then I'm going on a ghost podcast tomorrow, which is going to be very exciting. Very excited about it. What podcast? I think it's called the Parapod. Yeah. The Parapod movie. So it definitely is the Parapod that I'm going on because they got a movie. I think I'm allowed to say this. But yeah. Oh, wait, is it Parapod? I think it's Parapod. I'm doing it with one of the guys from Parapod, but I don't know if they do the Parapod anymore or it's just Barry Dodds. By the way, he's a stand-up comedian who's big into ghost stuff. I'm going to be having a chat with him tomorrow. No, it's not live. It's not live. Don't worry. Everyone's saying I have work tomorrow. It's not live. You don't have to catch it like tomorrow. We're recording it tomorrow. Will you tweet it out? Whenever it comes out, I'll let you guys know. I'll shout at you guys. I'll let you guys know when my ghost thing comes out. There'll all be stories I've told on stream before, but you never know. Barry might ask me a question that it spurs on a story I've forgotten to tell. So, because I do have a lot. Yippee! But yeah. No, anyway. We've watched all the ghost sighting videos for this compilation.